What kind of player will you be in 5 years from now?
I'll be much stronger. I'll be much better in everything.
Imagine being 18 years old in a foreign country, unable to speak the language, and with less than $20 to your name. That was Giannis Antetokounmpo's reality when he first arrived in the NBA. From selling trinkets on the streets of Athens to becoming a global basketball icon, Giannis' story is one of unparalleled determination. Stay tuned as we reveal the shocking details of his early days that forged the Greek freak we know today. Picture a lanky teenager weaving through Athens' bustling streets, a bag of trinkets slung over his shoulder. This was Giannis Antetokounmpo long before he became an NBA superstar. At 13, Giannis spent his days selling sunglasses and watches to tourists, trying to help his family survive. On one of these ordinary days, fate intervened. Spiros Villiniadis, a local basketball coach, spotted Giannis and his brothers playing a casual game in their neighborhood. Villiniadis immediately noticed something special in their raw athleticism and long limbs. Approaching the Antetokounmpo family, Villiniadis made an offer. He wanted Giannis to join his youth basketball team, but Giannis hesitated. Basketball was unfamiliar to him and seemed like a luxury his family couldn't afford. The Antetokounmpos struggled to put food on the table and keep a roof over their heads. Every minute Giannis spent not working felt like a risk. In a family where survival was the primary focus, sports were an alien concept. Giannis had never played organized basketball, never watched NBA games, never even held a proper basketball in his hands. Recognizing the family's struggles, Villiniadis made a bold promise. If Giannis committed to basketball, the coach would help the family find better jobs and improve their living situation. It was an offer that addressed their immediate needs while opening a door to an unimaginable future. Still, the decision wasn't easy. Giannis was torn between his responsibility to his family and the allure of this new opportunity. The streets of Athens had been his classroom, teaching him resilience and resourcefulness. Could he really trade that for an unfamiliar sport? As Giannis wavered, his parents saw a glimmer of hope in Villiniadis' offer. They encouraged their son to take a chance, to explore a path that might lead their family out of poverty. It was a leap of faith, a decision that would alter the course of not just Giannis' life, but the entire family's future. Finally, Giannis agreed to give basketball a try. He stepped onto the court for the first time, awkward and unsure, but with a determination that would soon become his trademark. This moment marked the beginning of an extraordinary journey, transforming a street vendor into a basketball prodigy. Giannis' early experiences on the court were a mix of frustration and exhilaration. He struggled with the basic rules and techniques, often feeling out of place among his more experienced teammates. But with each practice, each game, his natural athleticism began to shine through. His long arms, once used to carry bags of trinkets, now swatted away shots and grabbed rebounds with ease. Basketball offered Giannis a chance at a better life, but there was a catch. Every time he stepped outside to practice, he risked everything. How do you chase your dreams when you're constantly looking over your shoulder? For Giannis Antetokounmpo and his family, this wasn't just a hypothetical question. Despite being born in Greece, Giannis and his brothers were considered stateless. Greek citizenship laws don't grant automatic birthright citizenship, leaving the Antetokounmpo children in a precarious legal limbo. The lack of official state status cast a long shadow over their daily lives. The family lived with the constant fear of deportation, a threat that loomed over every decision and every interaction. For Giannis, this meant avoiding going out at night, not just because of curfews or practice schedules, but out of very real concerns for his safety. Anti-immigration groups like Golden Dawn posed a genuine threat, turning simple acts like walking home from practice into potential danger. The impact of their undocumented status extended far beyond personal safety. Giannis' parents faced severe limitations in finding stable employment. Without proper papers, they were shut out of many job opportunities, forcing them into a cycle of poverty that seemed impossible to break. The family often resorted to selling items on the streets, watches, sunglasses, whatever they could get their hands on, just to make ends meet. These financial struggles manifested in ways that directly affected Giannis and his brothers' ability to play basketball. In a sport where proper equipment can make all the difference, the Antetokounmpo boys often had to share a single pair of shoes for games. This wasn't just an inconvenience, it was a stark reminder of their precarious situation and the obstacles they faced in pursuing their newfound passion. Giannis' skills on the basketball court began to attract attention. The contrast between his potential future and his current reality became even more stark. Here was a young man with the talent to potentially play at the highest levels of the sport, yet he couldn't even travel freely within the country he called home. However, as Giannis's basketball career began to take off, it started to change their situation. His growing reputation in local basketball circles brought attention to not just his skills, but to his family's circumstances. Slowly, people began to take notice of the challenges faced by the Antetokounmpos and others in similar situations. Giannis's journey from being undocumented to gaining citizenship became a powerful illustration of the broader challenges faced by many immigrants. As he would later reflect, it's easy to see how a lack of legal status impacts individuals and families without the benefit of a star athlete in their ranks. His story began to shine a light on the struggles of countless others who remained in the shadows. As Giannis's draft prospects grew, so did the urgency to resolve his citizenship status. The possibility of an NBA career offered a potential path out of their precarious situation, but it also presented new challenges. How could he pursue an international basketball career without proper documentation? The race was on to secure Giannis's Greek citizenship before the NBA draft, setting the stage for a nail-biting countdown that would determine not just his future, but that of his entire family. As the 2013 NBA draft approached, Giannis Antetokounmpo faced a crucial challenge: securing Greek citizenship to obtain a valid passport, a requirement for all NBA players. Greek officials worked quickly to expedite the process, recognizing the potential of this young athlete. Documents were rushed, forms were filed out rapidly, and the basketball community supported his efforts. Meanwhile, Giannis's draft prospects remained uncertain. Despite his raw talent and potential, he was largely unknown in the basketball world. His experience was limited to the Greek second division, and he hadn't played in high-profile international competitions. NBA scouts were intrigued by his unique combination of size, athleticism, and skill set, but many teams hesitated to take a chance on such an unknown quantity. The contrast between Giannis and typical NBA drafts was stark. While most prospects had attended prestigious basketball programs and played in nationally televised games, Giannis's background was unconventional. He hadn't grown up watching NBA games or idolizing basketball stars. On draft day, Giannis and his family watched from a modest apartment in Greece, far from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. The anticipation was palpable as they waited to see if a team would take a chance on this lanky kid from Athens. Then, the moment arrived. With the 15th overall pick, the Milwaukee Bucks selected Giannis Antetokounmpo. The room in Athens erupted in joy and disbelief. Giannis, overcome with emotion, hugged his family tightly. John Hammond, the Bucks general manager, later admitted that drafting Giannis was a calculated risk, acknowledging the gamble of selecting a player who couldn't even score an invitation to the Nike Hoop Summit. For Giannis, being drafted represented a chance to provide his family with the security they had never known. As he prepared to leave for Milwaukee, he carried with him not just his own dreams, but the hopes of his entire family. The journey from Athens to the NBA draft was complete, but Giannis' story was far from over. As he stepped onto American soil for the first time, a new chapter was beginning, one that would see him transform from an unknown rookie to a dominant force in basketball. Imagine going from struggling to bench press an empty bar to becoming one of the most physically imposing members in NBA history. This is the story of Giannis Antetokounmpo's transformation. When Giannis entered the NBA in 2013, he stood at 6 feet 9 inches and weighed 190 pounds. Today, the Greek freak towers at 6'11" and tips the scales at a muscular 240 pounds. This evolution was the result of years of dedicated effort and strategic training. Giannis's rookie season exposed his physical limitations. Averaging just 6.8 points per game, he struggled with the NBA's physicality. Opposing players outmuscled him in the paint, and he lacked the strength to finish through contact. To survive the league, Giannis needed to transform his body. Under the guidance of Bucks strength coach Robert Hackett, Giannis learned the fundamentals of strength training from scratch. He mastered proper form for exercises like bench press and squat, gradually increasing the weight and complexity of his workouts. His training regimen included plyometrics to improve explosiveness and flexibility exercises to maintain his agility despite added muscle. As Giannis's physique evolved, so did his game. His increased strength allowed him to hold his ground in the post, while his added weight gave him the ability to power through defenders. Combine this with his natural agility and coordination, Giannis's newfound physicality made him increasingly difficult to guard. Key moments throughout his career showcase the impact of this transformation. Plays that once ended in blocked shots or missed layups now resulted in thunderous dunks and one-on-one opportunities. Giannis began leading the league in points scored in the paint year after year, a testament to his physical dominance. The 2021 NBA Finals highlighted Giannis's physical prowess. Averaging 35.2 points and 13.2 rebounds per game, he led the Milwaukee Bucks to their first championship in 50 years. His 50-point performance in the series-clinching Game 6 demonstrated the full extent of his physical development. Today, Giannis combines size, strength, and speed in a way unmatched in the NBA. He's a dominant force in the post, a terror in transition, and a defensive anchor capable of guarding all 5 positions. The once skinny rookie who struggled with physicality now overpowers opponents with ease. Giannis's physical transformation has redefined what's possible for a player of his size. His unique skill set allows him to play like a point guard in a power forward's body, averaging nearly 6 assists per game in 2019, an impressive feat for a player in his position. This combination of size, strength, and skill has made Giannis one of the most versatile and impactful players in the modern NBA. Giannis Antetokounmpo's journey from stateless street vendor to NBA superstar exemplifies perseverance and hard work. His story shows how determination can overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles. Giannis reflects, "I can't push it to the side. I can't say I've made it, I'm done with all that. I will always carry it with me." His impact extends beyond basketball through charitable work like the Antetokounmpo Academy, supporting communities similar to his own. Giannis's experiences continue to shape his perspective. Those moments back then, they were beautiful, man. Going through the struggle and making it out of it and seeing your family doing good now, it's unbelievable. Giannis's journey serves as an inspiration, demonstrating that with talent, hard work, and opportunity, extraordinary achievements are possible.